welcome back to Elysian the Great. Hope you're doing well. So today I want us to discuss the concept of feeling behind in life. This is something that we are all familiar with and something that is bitter but true. When I talk to my peers and friends, this is an issue that people battle with in silence, but at the end of the day, it doesn't make the issue less true or less evident. So, personally, when I evaluate my life, where does my feeling of being left behind actually come from? From my personal experience, it comes from my competitive nature. When you're competitive, you always want to be ahead. You always want to have the upper hand. You always want to get the greater advantage of life. You always are aiming to improve. But sometimes when you're so focused on this battle of being competitive and being ahead of others, hence not feeling left behind, you find that you rob yourself of pleasures of life and at the same time lots and lots of joy. Truth is, I do know that I shouldn't be comparing myself to others, and I know that I should be on my own lane, and each person has their own destination. But imagine this: if we're living in a time where it's 1,000 years ago, and perhaps we are farmers, or maybe I am a farmer, and the farmer next door is doing the same things that I am doing, or perhaps I think he's doing the same things that I'm doing, but he seems to have much greater results as compared to me. It should be in my best interest to approach my next door neighbor farmer and consult and find out what he's doing and what I'm not doing to hence better myself. That still elaborates on the point of being competitive. It's because I'm competitive that I want to find the reason, and I want, at the end of the day, not only to benefit from what he's telling me, but actually to be better than him, if I can be. Sad realities. So you look at my channel, my social media platforms basically, my Instagram, my Twitch account, my Facebook, and when you look at the things that I've posted, you come to the conclusion that I might be living an extraordinary life, right? I've had a good year. Actually, I've had a fantabulous, exceptional year. It's been full of incredible experiences based on my social media. But what I post is not the whole story. You know that? I hope you do. I hope you realize that it's not the whole story, because it's sad if you don't and if you just take things face value. Truth is, there's a lot that's not being told by my social media. There's a lot that is left out in the story that my social media platforms tend to tell. There's a story of self-doubt. There's a story of fear. There's a story of the moments where I did not know what to do. There's a story of regret. There's a story of stress. And worse, there's even the story of anxiety. I am not trying to make a sob story, but these are things that we all go through. I think we all have, in a way or another, experienced a level of depression or of sadness at least. We all know how to be sad, how to be... It's as normal as it gets. But another truth is that a lot of us want to put aside the sad part of our lives, the negative aspects of our lives, and we all want to be happy as often as possible. If I could be in a state of positivity and of creativity, being kind, generous, and giving at all times, I would be happiest. Anyway, who wouldn't want to be in such a state at all times? Unfortunately, life does not work that way. There's always going to be highs and there's always going to be lows. There's always going to be smiles and sometimes there's going to be tears. I'm laughing because we don't want to cry, but we want to smile at the sunshine. We do not want to see tears falling down our faces as the rain falls down from the skies. I am talking for myself in this situation. This need to be forward, this need to not be left behind actually comes from a lack of self-love. I don't hate myself, and I don't think that I actually hate myself, but I do not think I'm okay with where I am and who I am at this point in life, meaning I haven't quite accepted myself. which I think would be massively liberating if I could be comfortable in my own skin. And perhaps this feeling of being left behind and the question of being left behind where would be easier to be answered if I could just ask, if I could simply answer, whose measuring stick am I using to actually scale where I should be in life? Where did this come from, and how come everybody seems to be in this cycle, and though everyone has a different version, the telltale sign is that because everybody experiences this feeling of being left behind in one aspect or another, that this issue is actually invented and not real. Life cannot be calculated, neither can it be predicted. Life is basically non-linear. You cannot calculate where you'll be in the next 5, 10, or 20 years. Any attempt to do so will just result in major disappointments. So I'm actually making this video to remind myself, and I'm making this video to challenge myself and to challenge everybody actually. And I'm working towards the day that I can get it in my head that I am who I am and how I am. Then I'll be able to actually accept that in real sense I am doing the best I can to get by. There is no such thing as being left behind. You cannot be left behind in your own life. When you think you're being left behind, it's because you're using a measuring stick that is based on the success of others, and that in real sense is arbitrary or meaningless if translated into your own life, and if it translated into my own life. I think we all need reminders of this. We need not to forget, and the truth is it's so easy to forget that it's a race for ourselves, it's a run for ourselves, it's a lane for our lives, and it's a life that we only get to enjoy once, LOL. And that's why I'm making this video, and that's why I'm reminding myself and reminding you that you are not being left behind. You are exactly where you need to be, and wherever you want to go, when the time is right, you'll actually go there, be there, and actually achieve whatever you want. Adios, amigo. This is your girl, Elysian the Great. Bye-bye.